right.
Go. I didn't bring my car.
All right.
Going on here.
Sorry, guys. Snooze, you lose. So we have a special guest here with us. As you can see, Al is not here. He's doing a separate mission, so we're going to make our recording without him today. But we do have someone very special joining us. We've been calling her AI, but her call sign actually is Chinthe. Why did you pick that name?
Chinthe, because Chinthe actually represents actually a mythological animal between a dragon and a lion, and you can see them in pairs outside, sitting outside protecting pagodas, Asian Burmese temples, and anything that has sacredness to it. So that to me is what I align to. That's kind of who I am. I am very much a protector of vulnerables, of people, sacredness and environment, temples, and things like that. So it also has a history from the British military history, from my father's legacy. But I really like, and even if you see the animal itself, the drawing of a chinthe, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And then as an AI, it's actually not artificial intelligence. It's authentic intelligence.
Well, okay, so your actual name is Dr. Susan Jewell. How did you get this started? We have you on here, so I'd like to tell our viewers kind of more about the program and all that, and the history, how it got started, without being too long.
Not too long.
Dr. Jewell is the CEO and co-founder of MMAARS as well.
MMAARS, right. Well, it got started in 2014, but I've always been interested in space. And as a child, and I'll say this because we're inspired by the experiences we encounter in our life. And as a child, when I was like 7, I actually saw Neil Armstrong step on the moon. Woo-hoo! 200 other kids. And I've always said, wow, that's amazing to do something so extraordinary for one's life. And so that really inspired me to want to do something that is much bigger than myself. And so over the years, of course, to figure out what it was. And then it was about 20 years ago, I said, okay, it's medicine, now it's space medicine, then it's analog astronautics and training future space medics. And so this company of MMAARS was founded in 2016, and we actually train space medics and we do research in technology, because at the end of the day, it's about empowering self and also the future of multiplanetary. We show them what they did in astrobiology. They got taught how to actually how to do what we call forward and backward contamination, which means that whatever you bring in from outside, you're contaminating your inside. So in these particular environments, especially on a spacecraft or an airplane, you've got to be able to monitor all the contaminants that you bring into that environment, because if it's something dangerous, like COVID, right? You bring in, people can die from it. So in these missions, we actually have an ongoing project where they actually go around and swab different areas in the hab, and then they culture on petri dishes. They'll show you, and then identify what kind of molds that are growing on the petri dish, and you'll be amazed.
Drum roll.
So maybe we can show them some of the samples.
We actually have an ongoing little competition here, right? Didn't you make some claims yesterday?
Show them, because I know how to clean a helmet,
all
and
right.
So they took samples from where? Which samples did you go to?
So he did the helmets. Go ahead. What did you do?
I did that. I swabbed the helmet and the walkie-talkies.
Walkie-talkies?
I thought it was the ear.
No.
Oh, I did.
What did you do? Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't. I only did clean the earpieces and the helmets. That's all I'm betting on. And then I did the armrest and the back of the generator in the conference room. So
let's see. So
and
now
then
we're going to see.
Owl did.
Oh yes, the toilet.
No. Owl did this room.
In the science lab, he did. So let's see who has the dirtiest area by the number of molds and growth they have on their petri dish.
No, but yours is clean because I'm not disgusting.
No.
I might have boogers and loogies and whatever, but.
Okay, so what they're holding is a petri dish, and it's got what we call agar, A-G-A-R, which is actually nutrients that feeds the bacteria. So when you swab an area and it's got bacteria, you're going to put it on your agar in your petri dish. You let it incubate overnight or a few days, and then you can see if there are any molds or what we call culture. Then you're going to take samples of them, put it on a slide, look at under microscope, and try to identify the bacteria species that's
No,
growing
it's just a
on it.
dot in the
So
petri.
do we see anything?
No, we're clean.
Which is the cerebrum's back of your head, inside your brain part, and it really controls it controls your walking, core gait, your ambulating, how you walk, and also your balance.
So basically, Chinthe over here pretended she was a cop last night, and she put us through a drunk test.
You want to show?
So we had to
drunk
walk.
test?
I don't know. I tried to do this last time,
Heel
but
to
it
toe,
didn't catch.
heel to
But
toe.
basically, heel to toe, and then we had to exactly.
Balance. Touch
A
your
lot of you
nose.
out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So we did that, and that was really cool. And then we also did push tests. So
Yeah.
if you
muscle
don't push me off my chair. I
So
swear
this
to you.
is testing your strength, and it should be bilaterally equal.
Yeah, so if one is pushing harder than another, then you got some problems.
This would be a test for if somebody had a stroke.
Yeah,
or-
muscular strength.
Mhm.
If you usually have some kind of paralysis or muscular degenerative diseases, it usually affects one side than the other. So you always have one that's not equal in terms of strength and power. And also there's muscle atrophy. Like astronauts actually undergo a lot of muscle what I mean also atrophy is they lose muscle. So they lose the strength and they can't walk. And you can see that when they come back from microgravity.
Yeah, they
So
sit on the couch.
That's a couch, and so you got to be able to. This is kind of where the doctors always check is if part of the physical, if they feel that there's something neurologically wrong, they will do these tests and do what we call bilateral strength and power.
What do you like the most?
Wow. Well, we pioneered teleanesthesia, telesurgery for remote teams. The whole idea is one day to be able to do surgery in space, because right now we can't do it. So the integration of what we call tele-avatars using technology like spatial computing, which is the headsets, the VR, XR headsets, be able to bring in a humanoid avatar in real time. In other words, bring in, for example, a surgeon or an anesthesiologist, and even though their physical being is not there, right there, they are there in a humanoid form because they're wearing the sensors like haptic gloves. They're wearing the headset, so they can sort of quote, teleport into the crew mission wherever it is. This is the future of if you're out there and you've watched Star Trek Next Generation, you understand the holodeck. So the holodeck was Hollywood's way of showing that the future, this is how you can train, this is how you can interact. And this is kind of where the technology where we're at now, even still is at infancy. When it matures, we will literally, you out there will literally be able to wear this to all these technology, and you can teleport yourself onto the moon, onto Mars, and join the crew in real time. That to me is the most interesting, very interesting, because it is changing the paradigm of how we can really interact, not only for space, but here on Earth. Yeah, exactly.
One of the main problems with doing surgery in space, as far as in weightlessness, would be controlling the fluids.
Yeah,
You have to have an enclosed environment where obviously in surgery here on Earth, we have, you have blood. When you cut open a body, fluids are going to come out. In space, you have to contain those fluids. So they're talking about having these containers.
Pressurized chambers where you can put the injured victim or the astronaut inside a pressurized chamber. It's kind of like a glove box.
Like an incubator for a
Right,
baby, where
right.
the nurse puts it in.
So it's on the ISS. It's a glove box where it's sterile, and they insert the hand into the gloves. The gloves is inside the sterilized fume box, and they do the experiments. So it's a similar way to be able to tackle this whole microgravity and then fluids floating off, because you don't want that to happen in a spacecraft. So that's
And one piece of technology I know that you've been excited about, because I've heard you talk about it multiple times in the past couple of days, was bioprinters.
right, exactly. Well, I think if we can bring this one over. So what we've been doing is since 2014 is developing And here is a small version. We've had a bigger version that actually was also a laser cutter, but it's a solar powered solar powered 3D printer where it's attached to solar power. So now you can print without being on the grid or having the electricity supplied to you. As long as there's sun, you can use the solar power panels to capture the solar energy and then run the 3D printer. That this is transformational because you can see like in areas like war zones, humanitarian rescue, disasters, and space, it's not to have sun. You can print whatever you want to print. And in this case, over the years, we've designed, medical tools like scalpels and syringes. And when we didn't have them, we just 3D printed them and be able to use them in our training. And then we reuse them again because we can melt them down and sterilize the plastic so it's this whole idea of recycling, sustainability.
So what would you tell the people that look at this and they're just camping?
It's you follow protocols. There's rules. There's set rules and protocols that you have to adhere to. You have to comply with, and you also have the ability not only to come into these what we call low risk or low fidelity missions. Once you completed it, then we allow you to go into more what we call advanced analog training, which are more complex, more dangerous, more risks. And when we say fidelities, we really refer to life or death. Right? So the higher the fidelity of the analog missions that we allow you to train in, the higher the probability of death.
The diet is very different. It changes your schedule and. The diet is definitely different. I think the first day you cooked, and that probably set us up on a bad note. But no, we have all this dehydrated food here, which is pretty realistic to what they might eat. And
On the island.
what I cooked was really
Yeah.
it tasted like cat food.
The wet cat food.
Like
It was so bad. It was chicken flavored vegetables that tasted like a pound of salt was mixed into it. It was, and I didn't put any into it. I literally just added water. Okay, so this is not my fault of cooking.
No, definitely not.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And we just threw it in our mouth and it was done.
because if you're hungry, you're hungry,
It was-
and you're gonna eat it.
And we started talking about diets that they might actually have on a Martian colony. And Dr. Jewell here was talking about crickets. And I thought it was kind of just like a cultural thing or different, ideology of eating crickets. But she's like, no, actually, when we have a first Martian colony, they're going to bring a colony of crickets.
Crickets or insects.
Yeah.
Well, you came up with a Mars diet.
Flour.
Yeah.
Cricket flour. So
Yeah.
can you explain to us what cricket flour is?
And the Mars diet.
The
Mars
diet. So I'm Asian. And
Are you?
No way.
No!
I'm British Asian though.
You do have to
I'm a
bring it proper.
hybrid. I speak probably, and they don't.
With the Americans, it's like, here's the proper. You do.
I say aluminium, and they say aluminum.
and then I say tin foil. She goes, tin what? Tin foil. Tin
What
what?
did you say that I just couldn't figure out? Cob. Carb. You said carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates.
So we're eating too much carbs, and I was like, corn on the cob. I was like, I could not figure it out until you said carbohydrate. I was like,
I feel like our entire diet has been carbs. I think I must have gained at least 10 pounds a year. It is way different. I want to do the Mars diet though.
Yeah.
We're
The
going to
Mars diet. Right. So
from now on.
cricket.
I would do it.
So we created a Martian diet, which we haven't implemented, but we would love to implement. But being Asian and the Asian culture, we eat insects, all sorts of insects. I mean, I can eat insects as long as they're dead and they're preserved, and I don't look at them, and they've been grounded, so they look like it's all powdered.
Yeah.
So it's like flour. And so you can definitely buy cricket flour. It means it's like, an ordinary flour, but it's not from wheat. It's actually from crickets, and they pound them up and they grind them into like powder. You can make beautiful cookies and biscuits and bread.
Just don't tell anyone what
Yeah.
it's made
And you know, honestly, if people don't know it's from like insect sauce, they will eat it, and it tastes just like the peanut flavor. Everything always tastes like peanut for some reason, but that's what it tastes like. It's really healthy for you because insect and plant protein are a higher grade of protein than from animal source. And so for us, and also back to what Orca was saying, is you always have to look at closed loop system for sustainability when you're out in space or anywhere austere environment where you cannot depend on resupply. So growing insects, growing plants, and they have rapid life cycle, the exponential, numbers. They can, breed really fast, and you can keep this closed loop system. So you can because what? They feed on your waste. So there you go, right? So you give them your poo and your urine.
Black matter. Can you keep it proper? I thought you were the proper one.
You know
your
what
stool.
I'm saying, right? Your stool. Okay. Your
Papa.
feces, your defecation.
Defecation. Oh.
Or would you say poo?
What is the one insect you wouldn't eat? Like it's just not happening.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't eat. What's it? Locust.
A locust.
Yeah. No, cockroach.
Ah! That is if some of the viewers are interested in applying for your January mission, how would they apply?
Oh, very easy. You can reach out. First of all, you can go to our website, www.mmmaars.com. I guess we can write that. And secondly, contact us at training@mmmaars.com or marsacademy@gmail.com. And we will be able to send you information, and we can talk more about what's the requirements, and we also want to know why you want to come into these missions. What do you want? I'm going to tell you that she's a good salsa dancer. Because we had a
clip of
no insert. I post process, no insert. That's a secret. I thought you said what happens on MMAARS stays on Mars.
Salsa dancer.
Yeah.
No, we have a talent show every mission because it's a way to express yourself that you probably.
Oh, I'll insert yours.
No.
The only good one that we had was, and he's not here, was Al's beatboxing.
Oh my God.
His beatbox. I'll insert that.
Now.
Oh wait, did we record it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, insert now.
One tomorrow.
Oh well, yeah. Maybe we'll have him do a live one. I don't want to insert one. We'll do a live clip of him doing the beatboxing.
That's amazing.
And that is something I do feel so bad for Al. He is like just naturally like a smooth, cool guy, and then you have Dumb and Dumber over here that are like, yeah, okay.
Dumbest.
Yes, it's so bad sitting behind him, and he just stares at us like, where am I?
I thought I was doing good. Everybody likes my dancing.
I inserted that last podcast. Yeah.
Oh, you play the harmonica really well.
Yeah, really good.
Define good?
I hit a couple notes.
You hit a couple notes.
I hit a couple notes. I ground out a tune. That's what I would call it.
Honestly, when I found out that you brought 2 props, I was so scared. And then when you did it, I was like, oh, I got this on lockdown. I was like, I got this on lockdown.
It's in anything you do in life, what you put it, how much you want to put it in, how you put it in is what you're going to get out. So if you put nothing in, you get nothing out. If you put everything in, you're going to get an extraordinary experience that could be one of its kind in your lifetime, or you're going to love it and you're going to keep doing it and build something out of it. But honestly, this is one of the most extraordinary experiences I've done. It's so out of the box, and it's not everyone gets a chance to do this, right? And you learn something from it that you can apply in your life too.
Absolutely.
Anything else we want to say before we get ready for our Neva? Anything else we want to? Yeah, well, now that we talked about bugs, I can't wait to eat it.
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, we're going to go eat. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We say live long and prosper.
Yes.
We can. What movie did that come from?
Star Trek.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You're kidding?
Or Star Wars.
No, live long,
Live long and prosper.
Yep, this thing.